Hello guys, Soin here. Welcome to our next video from this series. In this video I will show you exactly how you can use MailChimp or other free email services if you want to, but in this particular video I will show you specifically how to use MailChimp to create a list for your webinar, okay, to create registration forms where people can register and subscribe for your webinar. And after that, how you can send emails to them as reminders so they don't forget and stay in a permanent connection with you. So they will be practically on the webinar when it will be held. Why is this part very important? The preparation of the webinar itself is very important because, for example, you can have people that see your ad, okay, for the webinar today, but your webinar is in 2 weeks, and it's important for them to get notifications from time to time, especially in the last week, to remind them that the webinar will be on a specific date at a specific hour, so they don't forget, they stay connected, and you remind them that they need to be there at that specific date and at that specific hour. There are different techniques that people use here. Some people, for example, even incentivize their subscribers to their webinars to stay till the end of the webinar because they will have a bonus of subscribe, free download for them or something like that. So in that way they are sure that people that go on board on the webinar will stay till the end, okay, or people actually show up at the webinar in the first place and other things like that. Okay, there are people that are, for example, are sending in the day of the webinar free reminders, okay, one in the morning, one at noon, even four sometimes, one with 1 hour ahead of the webinar, before the webinar, and one exactly when the webinar starts. So there are actually 3 or 4 emails in the last day when the webinar actually starts, okay, it's held. Now it's up to you how much emails you want to send or reminders to the list of people that want to join and attend to your webinar, but it's important to remind them, and that's in my opinion a successful series should be compound from one confirmation email, okay, about the registration, another email with 3 days before the webinar, another email with 2 days before the webinar, and 2 emails, or actually 3 emails, okay, in the day of the webinar. Maybe 2 or maybe 3, depends on you, but I would put one in the morning or at noon in the last day, and one exactly when the webinar starts. And you can add a third optional one with 1 hour before the webinar actually starts, so you are sure that you have a high percentage of people that subscribe to the webinar that are actually showing up for the webinar, because that's your main purpose, right? People showing up to your webinar. Now let's get back on track with what we are talking about, MailChimp here. And we are now on the page of MailChimp, as you can see here in my browser, mailchimp.com. You can sign up for free, as you can see here. You will actually see directly into one of my accounts that I've already created and have my credentials saved in the browser. We log into that so you can see we can move a little bit faster with this, but the idea is that it's very easy to sign up for free. You have different pricing methods. You have starting up, and it's a free forever plan. You have actually up to 12,000 emails per month, which in the beginning it's more than enough, and up to 2,000 subscribers. God help you to have more than 2,000 subscribers for a single webinar, and I know for sure that you will be successful. Okay, now let's log into my account so you can have a look. As you can see, I already have my credentials here. I will just log into my account. It's actually pretty simple to do this, okay, it's nothing complicated. So what you want to do right now, this is how my dashboard looks like. This is my last campaign, okay, that I've sent. So you want to create a new list for your webinar, right? You go to create lists, okay, to the list section. As you can see, I have many lists here. Most of the time I use MailChimp to do testing, okay, not for mass email marketing or something like that. I do all type of tests, okay, smaller projects. As you can see, there are very few people in these lists here. There aren't like thousands and hundreds of thousands and stuff like that, okay. So you just press the button create a list, you go here, you continue, you give your list a name, webinar attendees. Okay, default form. So when people that are subscribing this list will get an email, okay, in their inbox from you. Your email address that will show up to them will be, let's say mine is my classical one, okay, that I check all the time, default from name Sorin Constantin. Okay, now obviously for you this will be different. You need to add them a reminder why they got the email. You subscribed for the webinar, okay. Then you have some details, company, organization, okay, that you can add. Then you have the notifications part. If you want to keep an eye on everything that happens in your MailChimp account or with this list, you can check these points here for notifications. I think a daily summary is more than enough. You can get even notifications for each subscriber that you get or unsubscribe or everything like that. But I think that is just confusing and will blow up your mail account if you have a lot of subscribers. Okay, so a daily summary is more than enough in my opinion, but it's up to you, of course. Now you have a list, okay, the list, excellent, you have a brand new list, the list has been created. What you need to do right now is to create a sign up form, okay, so where people sign up for your webinar, you go to sign up forms, you have this section here, you click on it, and you have different types of forms, okay. You have pop-ups, for example, if you want to use a pop-up maybe on a blog or somewhere, okay, so people will register for the webinar, okay. Different types of integrations, embedded form, obviously, again, if you want to integrate your opt-in form into a web page or website. Maybe you have a WordPress website and you want to integrate it like in the sidebar, okay, in a small part, you can use the embedded forms, or you can have a general form. And this is actually pretty cool because if you have a general form, it can be hosted by MailChimp itself, so you don't even need a website, okay. The general form will be on a page that is hosted by MailChimp itself. So I will select now the general form, okay. You have sign up forms. Okay, I won't check these points up because it just complicates things, okay. You need to keep things simple. So this will be your sign up form URL, okay, webinar attendees. As you can see here, you can build here the form itself, so you can add different fields from the right menu here in the part, text, number. It's up to you what type of data you want to collect from the webinar attendees. I think email address and first name, it's more than enough, but there are people that are, taking practically their birthdays, okay, or their addresses or their phone numbers or a lot of other stuff, okay. Maybe if you are a company and you want to create different special promotions, probably you have gotten email into your inboxes from different companies that are sending you different promotions on your birthday. So this is how they do it, okay. When you sign up for a different thing on their website, they ask for your birthday, and after that, when it's a birthday, they will send you an email with a promotion or something like that, which is not a bad marketing technique. It's actually very, very good because it's personalized. But in my opinion, if you are just starting out, you are doing small marketing things, okay, email address and first name, it's more than enough to create a relationship with your attendees, to say so, okay. So after you create your form, obviously you can see your form here at this link. Let me show it to you, okay. This is how your form will look like. You want to do it a little better, okay, to look a little better. You have a design option if you want to, okay. A header, maybe you want to add a header, okay, font size, things like that, an outer wrapper, okay, background maybe. You can change the color of the background if you want to, okay. You can go to the body, foreground, change the background, link style, forms, buttons, field labels. So you have a lot of things that you can edit here, so you can make the design look better. It's up to you, obviously. I think it looks okay right now, but it's not the greatest form in the world, right? So it's pretty simple, but it should do the trick if your webinar will be something of interest to the audience that you are sending this sign up form. So this is how you create the sign up form, guys. actually pretty simple stuff. Okay, now after you have seen the sign up form, what you need to know about MailChimp is that people will only be subscribed into your actual list with a confirmation. Okay, so it's a double opt-in, so people don't just put in the sign up form their details, push the button subscribe to the list, and they will be subscribed. No, it works a little bit different. They will get a confirmation confirmation email from MailChimp where they need to confirm that they subscribe to your list. So it's a double opt-in, that's how this is called. But it's actually, this is not a very bad thing, but it will lower your conversion rate overall. Okay, on the other hand, you will have more quality leads. Okay, more quality leads for the webinar. Now, one thing that you can also use, so you won't stay every single time to create a newsletter and send to your lists. Okay, you can do this, the next thing. Sign up form, let us save this form. Okay, this build. Okay, add field. Just a second, guys. Okay, so we have created the form. Okay, you can practically check now, after you have checked the sign up form, opt-in confirmation email or confirmation thank you page. Okay, you can go to confirmation thank you page, and here you can practically, this will be the page that they will see after they press the button subscribe, and you can give them some more details about the webinar, okay, or other things like that. Continue to website, manage your preferences, and things like that. You can also see that you have the opt-in confirmation email, and here are this is the email that I've told you that a subscriber will get exactly after he subscribes to the list. And in this practically in this email, he can press the button subscribing to the list, so he can be subscribed. Obviously here you can remind him again about the date of the webinar, what he will learn in the webinar, and other stuff like that. Okay, now another cool thing that you can do is you can go to automation. Okay, send automated emails. Okay, but unfortunately with MailChimp this is just a paid option. So if you want to do this more seriously, I am suggesting you to go for a paid account. Either on MailChimp, there are other services like GetResponse with $15 per month, or other services. Okay, what this feature will allow you, automation, you will see that for other email services it's called autoresponders. Okay, this will practically allow you to create automatic emails that are sent at a certain interval of time, or at certain moments, at certain triggers. Okay, for example, when you're building a webinar list, you can set up emails that will be sent exactly after somebody subscribes to the list, in the second day, one day before the webinar, in the day of the webinar, and so on. So you won't have to send every newsletter manually every single time. They will be sent automatically. They are like templates and they are sent automatically. So you automatize your cycle, okay, for the email series. If not, you just, in MailChimp for example, you just have to send the newsletters manually. You just go to campaigns, you push the button create campaign, regular campaign. Okay, you select the list, webinar attendees, and after that you go further with the campaign. Okay, and obviously in the newsletter you just remind them of the webinar, but you need to send them manually every single day till the webinar, or of course it's up to you how you schedule your times when you want to send the emails, how many you want to send, and so on. But that's about it. Okay, you'll have to send them manually. So that was everything, guys. I hope this was helpful for you. MailChimp, as you can see, has a lot of features. I think I went a little bit off the track, but I think that is good for you because you learn more about how you can use this tool, because it's a very important part from preparing your webinar and practically having a larger audience that is present to the webinar itself. Okay, so email marketing is very useful when preparing a webinar. Okay, thank you guys again very much for your attention. I will see you in our next videos. Till then, I wish you all the success, and I am absolutely sure that you will have a blasting webinar. Bye bye till then. Sorin here. Thank you again for your attention.